Tell me like a Hellcat.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Trainsim World, and today we're in New York at the Oak Point Depot, Oak Point Yard even, and we're transferring waste cars to Harlem and bringing a loaded bunch out. So what we're really doing is we're trash collectors. Got a pair of GP40s here loaded with our consist of cars, and we're going to get ourselves rolling. Got a conductor. I don't think she talks like the last one, but we'll find out. Okay, so let's get ready to rock, shall we? It is time to set ourselves into forward. Sound our horn. And let's get rocking. So we have to stop at the Harlem terminal entrance. It's my first time playing on this route, but I got the ultimate pack, I think it was, on Steam, which gave me a British route with a bunch of British stuff, a German one, and the New York Corridor, which of course here comes with Let's set ourselves back to idle. We'll go a bit fast there. Release the brakes again. Yeah, so it's added the whole New York, or Northeast Coridor I think it's called, which is the whole kind of Boston, New York side of America. We're just going to chug our way out here. I don't know whether we're actually on Manhattan, but Harlem is not on the island, I don't think, so we'll find out. My geography of New York is slightly spotty, but we'll deal with it. I think this is just off the island of Manhattan, so it's not quite in the city, but it's not outside it. Let's drop ourselves back down to idle again. I hate these slow speed sections. And this is a bit tall, so I don't need to look at as much as I'd like. Oh, here comes an Amtrak train in the opposite direction. Say hi. So he goes shooting past us. FPS is a little lower here because this is a massive scenery area. Let's bang the speed up a little bit. So we're only 0.9 miles out from this one. Speed up again, and then we'll go and drop it back down to idle. Got a bit of a climb here, so we might need to put some more power on shortly. We're on elevated tracks now above the city, which is a whole different scenery to the last one. I don't think I like this as much as the countryside. I think the other one was called Sand Patch Grade or something. I quite enjoyed that one because it was very pretty and idyllic American countryside, whereas this is elevated tracks in New York, and we're about to go downhill quite quickly, so I may actually need to drop the brakes on as well. Unless this track's straight and that was climbing. But that does look like a very steep gradient. Yeah, there we go. Urban environment. Kind of feels very different, I must say. Yeah, we're on a 0.8% downgrade now, so give ourselves a little bit of speed and then we'll just chop it back off again. We should accelerate much quicker this time. Ooh, glowing ball of light on... No, it's gone. Darn it. Oh, there goes another Amtrak. Oh, bit of brakes. Initial reduction on just so we actually have a little bit of braking friction. Keep ourselves at the speed limit. That's doing its job. This is so cool in a way. Yeah, while I don't like the urban setting, it's kind of pretty from a different direction in that you can see all these different things. Now we're kind of almost underground here between the two bridges. But we're the ugly... Nah. People don't want to see their trash cars. Yeah, I kind of like the actual conductor talking in the last one. This is kind of quieter, but yeah, we'll go with it. 800 yards to stop at the Harlem terminal entrance. We're actually going to be cutting these cars once we drop them in, and then we'll be... Oh, car! Brakes, brakes, brakes. Brakes, brakes, brakes. Slow down. We're going actually too fast here. I didn't even notice. Please slow down and don't derail. That'd be nice. That gradient caught me out there. Release the brakes and we'll see where we're going. Our brake pressure going back to normal. That needle dancing like it's on PCP. So we're taking this right hand side here, I believe, on the points. Unless we're not. Oh no, we're going round. Okay, that makes more sense. My geography is not the strongest. That's where the line picks up speed over there. So we need to make sure we're actually still going the speed we're meant to be, which is, yeah, the steeper gradient's a bit more challenging. Pop initial reduction back on. I kind of like the idea of this mission because it's a shorter one and you actually get to drop off some stuff, pick something up, so it's more doing something than the last one, which was essentially just driving from one point to another and then backing into a siding and picking up some cars. But this one we actually have a train on the back and it's not a short one either. Let's take a look, shall we? Our loaded trash cars. And this is actually a pretty long train. That is decent. I'm not sure how many cars that is, but I do know I think it's 4 containers per car. So I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12 maybe? Something like that. And we're about to get to the point where we need to stop here. So we're on idle. Let's just start setting the brakes nice and gently. We don't want the cars to come together too quickly. If we slam the brakes then everything slams together and it can cause damage. I heard someone describing this as the buff and the draft, I think is the word I was looking at. Buff is the... Draft is the pulling apart force, so if you do it too quickly it can snap couplers. And the same thing applies in reverse. Oh, we're on emergency. I didn't want that. That's probably doing exactly the worst thing. But let's leave the brakes on. What am I doing here? I don't know what I'm doing. Ah, okay. Why can't my conductor do this? Oh. Do I have to... Oh, stop at location track 1, not set the points for track 1. We need to get over there first. Okay, I was doing the wrong thing. Train brakes are off. Just want to gently pick up the pace here rather than slamming the thing apart. I don't know if the knuckle damage is a thing, but an actual train person told me I have to be careful with accelerating and stopping too quickly for that reason, so maybe I have learned a thing. I may need to stop here actually. Again, doing it too quickly, but it's stopping me. I'm being bad. Okay, up we get. So we want to head for track 1, which is down here. I don't know where the next set of switches is. But that needs to be set open for us. Unless we want to go onto there somehow. I don't think we've got room to get onto that though. Oh, unless we pull forwards. Yeah, we can pull forwards. That would make sense. Okay, I have some science to do now. Let's let the brakes off. Okay, let's pull her ahead. We'll get through this section and we'll come backwards on ourselves. Which means a lot of running around at the train. Okay, so back there we want to get the tail end of the train clear of that point, and then we'll run back and switch it. That looks a bit more tight than I was hoping for. Yeah, we want to be on track 1, so we need to set ourselves onto there. Unless there are points down there I can't see. I barely know where I'm going, but I'm going to hope I'm doing this right. Whilst the camera's doing weird things, and that's stupidly long. Yeah, I'm not backing up on myself. I just hope this is not a pass-by track where I'm going to end up stuck. It's not. We actually are on track 1, I think, maybe. Let's get some power going again. Because even if it wasn't, we're still stuck with loads of cars behind us over there, so we can't do anything about it. Yeah, this is track 1. We managed to get this right. I'm impressed. Okay, let's slow down. Set the service brakes. We'll go back in the cab here. Past all the containers of poo and waste and other people's crap. I managed to guess this properly without actually knowing where the hell on the route I'm going. So we got something right at least. Why have I put that much power on? No. Release the brakes. I'm a bad train person. Or it's more that I'm not concentrating this time, and it's actually a lot more complex with all these lines everywhere. I'm having to work out what I'm switching on to. Let's just slack the train up, bunch it together and prepare to stop. And we'll get ourselves into a position here where we can do that. Come on, a little bit further forwards. Just pull through here. And we'll stop, and now we'll apply the brakes to pull to a complete one. Full service on the brakes, and we're done. I believe we're cutting those cars now. $15 cars, that's what we had. Okay, so am I doing it to the side? Yes, I am. Climb across. Where's the thing? There we go. Wait for a moment. I'm waiting for a moment. When is the moment coming? So we're going to pull ahead here. Back in our seat. Stop at the yard head shunt. Release the brakes. And let's head off. Much quicker now because we are not connected to anything else. So we want to drop our throttle back to idle very quickly because we've now got 2 locomotives with nothing attached to them, so they're a lot faster. So we want to go to the yard head shunt, which means actually need to put the brakes on here. Let's put ourselves back on independent, which is just for the locomotives. So we'll go back inside, we'll hop out. So much running around. This is why you have to have somebody else do it for you. This will put us onto the correct track over there. Let's just make sure it's the right one. I'm assuming we're going to set this bunch here. This is set for us. Okay, we'll pull clear of this, we'll switch that, and we'll come back. All sounds simple in theory. Look at all the poo. Lots of poo. And we're in here. Release the brakes and we'll pull ahead here. Whoa, Nelly. Slow the monkey puzzle down. Not even sure if that's a appropriate adjective for that statement, but we'll go with it. Slow the monkey puzzle down. That is a new one. Not sure what it means. It's like mom swearing. Maybe since I got a kitten I've turned into a mom. I don't know. But either way, we'll carry on with this and throttle back to idle. Apply a bit more brakes. We'll stop in the lead shunt here. Or not, because apparently I'm 6 yards away. And we'll stop here. Okay. It's going to tell me to hop out and go and switch the track. Or set the reverser first. Cut out to cut out. Trail 6. Any active lights, switch off lights. Oh god, I better sort of sit down. What's this one? Off. Off. Oh, we're shutting the whole thing down. Okay. Oh, going the other way around. Set the headlights to be controlled from another unit. Controlling with unit coupled at long hood end. Okay. Switch off the radio fuse. What we're doing here. Move the rear locomotive cab for return trip. Oh, right. Close this. Open this. Close this. It's like door simulator. Whee! And now apparently because I missed the step across thing in the last one. Yay, I can get across. Wrong way, go this way. Close that little door. Let's sit down. Okay, so our return trip now begins. Oh my bloody hell. Turn on the fuses, turn off the fuses, turn on everything. Couple at long hood end. There we go. Press all the buttons it tells me to. Activate lights required. That's not a light, that's dynamic brakes. Which I have to move, because otherwise it's... I can't get past that one. So I'll stand up and do it. Can't see the damn button I'm trying to press. There we go. The ability to get up makes this a lot easier. There we go. That's not enough. We'll go to bright. Set the MU whatever to lead. Cut out switch to freight. This is all far too complicated. Apply an independent brake to at least 30. That we can do. Automatic to release. There we go. Raise the pipe pressure. Set to forwards. And we are ready to rock and roll. Where are we going? Oh, we're back across this, I think. Check and align any track switches in order to reach the terminal entrance again for return trip. That should be the same way we just come, so we're good. Stop at the terminal entrance. Off we go. Back to the start of the point we came in at, and probably back up and pick up one of these lines of cars. Oh god. No, no. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, stop. Please, stop. Yeah, we're about to run into all that. We're about to go back into the cars, so I need to boogie on backwards. And we need to go backwards. So I was about to run straight into the cars I dumped. Slow down. Set the brakes. Are we far enough back is the question? I am a very bad train driver. There we go, there's our switch. So we'll go back in here, we'll hop out again because we... Oh, the conductor's still sat in the wrong end of the train. Well, screw her. Okay, let's check this one. No, what am I doing? Not this one. We'll check this one. And we'll run along here and make sure this one is not going to take us into a bunch of freight cars. Because that would be bad for my health. Okay, we're going to tootle-pootle along there. And I might get out of this place alive. At least I'm remembering these things before it ends up killing me. There is a small mercy involved at some point. So at least I get to avoid silent treatment from my conductor this time round. Brakes are released. Let's boogie. Oh. This is not my day. At all. Now we're going. We'll head down past all these cars and we'll go and pick up the other end of them. And we should be good. I think finally at this point we might have made it out of here without becoming another wreck. Because I've been dicing with crashing into everything all day long. So it might be the first time we haven't screwed it up. Turns out actually delivering and picking up trash cars is complicated. Who knew? But then again, in real life, this is why they have an engineer and a conductor, so the conductor can focus on what track we're meant to be on. I'll hop off and I'll set the switches. Yeah, all I have to do is sit here and drive. If I was just doing that, I could probably manage rather than having to hop out and run around doing it myself. It's called stress in the workplace environment, and it's not good for you. Chugga along down towards the end here. I can make 600 yards without exploding into a massive fireball of locomotive parts and we should be alright. All this to deliver and remove trash. I hope Harlem is happy, that's all I'm saying. Harlem better be grateful, but it's Harlem so I know it's not going to be grateful. In the slightest, they'd rather stab me. Past all the poo. Probably picking up one of these long sets over here. I'm just going to hope the rest of these switches are aligned correctly and we should be good to go. Make sure I'm on a brake that will actually do something. The dynamics I've realised I actually have to set into a setting and then apply power. Because the dynamic brakes basically switch the direction of the traction motors in the wheels. For those of you who don't understand how trains work, essentially, person brakes. The engine actually runs a generator. So the big diesel thing runs a generator, which the generator powers motors in the axles, and those axles turn the wheels. So that's why they're diesel electric. That means it turns the wheels with electricity like a Tesla, basically. They're hybrids. So whilst everyone's basically crying about hybrids and how hybrids are evil, essentially, trains are hybrids, kinda. In fact, they can even recoup energy with the dynamic brakes, where they turn friction into recuperation. Okay, let's stop here. And we'll hop out, because we have to switch tracks, I'm guaranteeing. We'll leave Dopey in the front wagon. Track 2. What's track 2? Is there a map? I don't know what's track 2. Okay, track 2 is this one? Let me go over there and find out what it is, because I'm not sure which one we're on. Okay, so that's track 2 over there. So we want to be on this one. In front of me. So track 2 is here. So we want to be this one lined up with our train over there. Who thought in a train game you could be running around the tracks trying to work out which siding you're meant to be on, huh? Okay, so we'll switcheroo this little bad boy. Wait. So yeah, this is this way. Oh, and then we set this one for this way. Oh, I'm not good. This is goes in 3 directions. What the crap is this? Okay, so we've managed to get from here. I'm sorry, my brain's working overtime here. So we're onto this bit. So we changed this one, which now puts us to. So we want to be on this one, and then we want to be on. My brain sausage isn't working. So we want this one. Yeah, we want this one. This is track 2. Okay, so this must line up. I'm taking way longer than I should to do this because my brain is in meltdown over track selections. So I was right the first time. Let's go back to the locomotive and get this thing underway. Unless I've screwed this bit too. No, that's right. That's right. Okay, trust yourself. Trust yourself, you're fine. You're fine. Okay, so it's recognised I'm on the right track eventually. So there is that. Screw you for not helping me. Yeah, you up in the cab. Dopey bitch sitting there drinking her tea, not bothering to actually help me. Okay, let's get ourselves backed up. We'll go into third person for this. At this point, I just want it done. We should be approaching the correct one. Let's see if we've magically got the right track. So we should be going... Yeah, that's the right one. Okay. Set a bit of brakes. We don't want to slam into these bad boys. The one in the middle is the one we dropped off. Okay, let's set a few more brakes. Release the brakes. We want to just roll a bit. Set a little notch of power. We should just bump nice and gently into this like a basket into the riverbank. And Moses in his cradle. There we go, perfect. That should be me good? Question mark? Okay, and off we fuck. Switch to our automatics, which are just tested. There we go. And we're out of here, back to Oak Point where we started with a freshly loaded bunch of poo cars. Yep, all this fuss for poo. Poo. Well, mostly discarded trash and things, so there's probably like half a dozen hobos inside the trash wagons, but... We're driving the hobo train. This is the Hobo Express. So it's basically a passenger service, right? This is Harlem, after all. The cars are all filled with hobos, I'm guessing now. Chowing down on discarded sandwiches. I'm making this a ridiculous assessment, and this is far more me rambling out of my own confusion and mistakes of trying to pick the right track. And I'm sure any of you who are like knowledgeable about trains and things are sitting there going, oh my god, she's so stupid. Can't believe she's actually doing this and not failed and blown up off the rails and ended up in that river yet. Believe me, you're not the only one that worries about that. I too am slightly confused as to how I've not ended up in a river. Or in the side of the Chrysler building. Like, the underside of it. Right. Should be a short little trip up there now to Oak Point, was it? Oak Point Yard. Back to idle. We're climbing here, so it's going to be a bit more of a grade, or it will be in a moment once we get to that elevated section, which is just in front of us. I like all the weeds growing through the track. It looks very rustic and abandoned. It's kind of cool. I must say the graphics in this game are phenomenal for what it is. For this to basically be a full-on train simulator with the world this pretty and being able to run around in first person, it's actually really fun. If this looked like crap and people played it because they really like trains, then fair enough. I'm playing it because it's actually a different game that has its own challenges that I find fun because it's quite pretty to look at and enjoy. Although overhanging branches, they could have done something with clipping through the cab. Okay, so we're approaching the bottom of that climb up through the elevated track section. We'll be able to put some power up to go through there. Look out, coming through with our poo. Yeah, signaling the poo horn. Is that like the Matterhorn, but for feces? Like if you had a mountain, would you call it the poo horn? Yeah, maybe that's a question to be answered another day. Okay, now we're starting to climb, so let's put some power in. Look out, we're coming through with poo. And hobos. I mean, hobos poo, so maybe it's hobo poo in there. Oh my god, I've solved the plot of the century. I mean, theoretically, it could be like a self-contained hobo express where they eat the thrown away sandwiches and poo in the poo cars, so we have our own self-contained microclimate or micro-environment. Wow, there you go. You learn something new every single day. And I can't believe I've turned Train Simulator into a discussion of hobos, poo, and discarded sandwiches. This has gone on a whole different track than the one I was intending to take it down, which is a perfect pun considering that's what I've just spent the last 15 minutes working out how to do, is end up on the right track. And I completely derailed my own thought process, so I do apologise to you, dear viewer, that I'm wasting your brains with my mush talk, but hey, at least you get to watch someone almost fail at train. That's part of the fun, right? 500 yards out, and we're giving a little lick of power here. Coming up through the elevated section, we just want to have a little bit more grunt so we can get to the top here before it gets too steep. We'll have to kill the power once we crest. It's already a crest, it seems to straighten out as another Amtrak train goes past on the left. I must do a passenger route at some point, although I'm half tempted to do one of the British ones. Seeing as I am, of course, British, it would seem most prudent that I end up doing a British passenger one, although if it puts me in one of the Sprinter diesel unit multiple car things, I'm going to plough it into the buffers without question, because it's what I want to do every time I have to ride on one. Okay, so throttle is idle, initial reduction, prepare to stop in 140-ish yards with our wagon of poo. Coming through with the poo. Set the brakes. Set some braking power. It's probably going to make me switch this onto a different track. Here comes past an electric one. And we should just tick across here. Stop at the entrance to Oak Point. Put some brakes on. And we're stopped. Am I waiting for something, or is it going to let me in? I don't want to sit here with my poo train all day. Track 5. I don't know what track 5 is. God damn it. Is there a... Come on, where's the keyboard thing? Where's the map? No. Where is your map, please? I don't know what the hell track 5 is. They should have signposts. Signposts would be massively helpful. Control 1. Okay. They should give you a route map or a GPS or something. Great. I don't even know what track 5 is. We have to guess this. So I'm assuming this is right to put us over here. I wish I freaking knew what this one was. But it won't tell me what the right yard is. These milkshakes do not bring all the boys to the yard, it seems. I guess all the hobos are boys in this analogy. Okay, so we want to go down there somewhere, I'm assuming. So we'll set this one for entry to here, which it is. And we'll work it out from there. Screw it, we're getting back on board. We're driving down to here and working out where the blazing hell we're meant to go. Because I am thoroughly confused and irritated at this point. It's something that should have been over 5 minutes ago. It's only poo. Who cares where it goes? I don't know or care. Back on the poo train. Let's go. Poo train forwards. Let's get this poo on the move. All I have to do is stop at track 5 and the Poo Express has done its job. I wonder how many times I've said poo in this video. That's probably something I really don't want to count. But probably will for some reason. Let's just drop some breakage in here. Hoping I'm on the right track still. I don't know where I'm still meant to be headed. That's the weird part. I'm assuming it's this one here. It looks to be that one, so... Am I aligned for this track? I don't know. Clearly not. Back this whole thing up and we'll get back in. Back off the train, doing all this stupid switching around, trying to work out where the hell everything is. Okay, this will pop us in here. And across here. And this will take us down here. Which will line us up with the Poo Express on this track. Which I'm going to assume is 5, unless it wants me to be on this one, which I'm now thinking in hindsight is this one. Okay, so we'll switch for this track. Why can't my conductor do something useful other than sit there checking her Twitter in the back of the cab? Huh? All she's doing is Instagramming train pictures of herself, posing in front of trains, and here's me running around doing all the bloody work, trying to work out where the hell I'm taking all this poo and hobos. She wonders why I'm late. It's her fault. Pooh Express forwards. I mean, the hobos have got places to go. I mean, we can't make them late. That's not fair. It's bad for them. I mean, the hobos have all their things they have to sort out. They have appointments with their hobo friends under bridges. You know, closing time at the sandwich deli. All those important things. And this looks to be the right track, so screw it, it's the one we're going with. I mean, a signpost is not too much to ask for, is it? Rather than me running hundreds of yards working out which is the freaking track 5. You know, I don't care if I'm speeding right now. I'm gonna speed this thing all the way down to the end of track 5. These hobos need to be in on time. They deserve it. The Hobo Express waits for no man. Nah. All the power. Now no power. Because that would be bad and I'd go way too fast and we'd spill poo and hobos everywhere. 300 yards, the longest 300s of my life, but it turns out we picked wisely. Just like the old knight at the end of Indiana Jones and the Holy Grail said. You chose wisely. Yes. Oh my god, we are speeding. Nah. Slow down, please. At least it's not penalising me like the last one did. The last one was like, oh my god, you went half a mile an hour faster than you should. Deduct 5 billion points. In fact, I actually have to put throttle on now to get back to this 130 yard imaginary point of track 5. Ooh, tankers. I wonder if they contain alcohol, because right now I want some. Okay, we'll apply some braquage, and we'll get ourselves stopped. Oh look, that's that one that was next to us when we first started. And we should now be coming to a nice stop for the Hobo Express. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for riding on the Hobo Express today. You'll find the boxcar doors are to your left and your right. Please get off before the conductor can find you. Thank you for travelling Hobo Express. Really? Want me to go forwards again? Okay, we're stopped. Yay, we've finished our shift. I'm getting out of here. I want the beer from that tanker. Or whatever it is, tequila, vodka. I'm good with this. I'm running away. Yes. Well, thank you for watching. Turns out they could really do with putting a map in this game. Or giving you some option of working out what is track 5. Or little signs by the side of the track. They do it for cars. Why not for trains? Really? Thanks for watching, and thank you for putting up with my ranting about poo, hobos, and signposts. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.